How's it going, IO? In this video we're going to talk about Bella Hadid's health getting worse, Jamie Foxx's antisemitic backlash, and Tory Lanez getting sentenced. So Bella Hadid is now opening up about her health during her ongoing battle with Lyme disease. She posted a series of photos over the weekend where she talked about her health over the years and what she's currently going through. Around the same time, her sister Gigi Hadid also made a post on Instagram explaining that Bella had been undergoing an intense treatment for the disease and was taking a step back from work in order to focus on her health. Now, Bella is talking about her experience firsthand. In a lengthy letter to her followers, she wrote, "The little me that suffered would be so proud of grown me for not giving up on myself. Thankful to my mummy for keeping up on all my medical records, sticking by me, never leaving my side, protecting, supporting, but most of all, believing me through all of this." She explained that living in this state where her health is worsening with time and dealing with work has taken a toll on her in ways that she really can't explain. Bella said, "To be that sad and sick with the most blessings, privilege, opportunity, and love around me was quite possibly the most confusing thing ever. One thing I want to express to you all is that number one, I am okay and you do not have to worry. Number two, I wouldn't change anything for the world. If I had to go through all of this again to get here to this exact moment where I'm in right now with all of you, finally healthy, I would do it all again. It made me who I am today." She explained that the universe works in the most painful and beautiful ways, so if you are struggling, it will get better. Bella said, "I have so much gratitude for and perspective on life. This 100 days plus of Lyme, chronic disease, co-infection treatment, almost 15 years of invisible suffering. It was all worth it if I'm able to, God willing, have a lifetime of spreading love from a full cup and being able to truly be myself for the first time ever." She explained that she tried to pick up the most positive pictures of herself that she could because as painful as this experience was, the outcome was the most enlightening experience of her life, which was filled with new friends, new visions, and a new brain. She thanked the patients of the companies that she works for, her supporters, and the people who continue to check in. She also thanked her doctors and the team of nurses around her who helped. Bella ended the post by saying that she'll be back to work when she's ready. So clearly she's taking the time that she needs to recover and not putting any additional stress on herself. She's recently been very open about her battle with Lyme disease, which she first contracted in 2012 at the age of 16. In the years since, the disease has left her bedridden, hospitalized, and regularly requiring IV drips. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Lyme disease is a bacterial infection that can be spread to humans by infected ticks. It's often diagnosed based on symptoms like fever, headaches, fatigue, or skin rash. It's said that most cases of Lyme disease can be cured with a 2 to 4 week course of oral antibiotics, but patients can sometimes have symptoms of pain, fatigue, or difficulty thinking that last for more than 6 months after they finish treatment. Bella revealed that she experienced a flare-up nearly 1 year after she had a root canal surgery for a problem tooth. She had a low-grade infection underneath one of her teeth, which is what brought about the issue. In a video she posted to TikTok, she showed off her swollen face with inflammation around her eyes. She calls it the invisible disease and explains that she feels symptoms every day, like difficulty walking, joint pain, and nausea. She talked about a flare-up and said that it was a Lyme disease attacking the places that are suffering, like the tooth, the jaw, the brain, the spine, or the bones. Also the entire nervous system. In 2021, she shared a glimpse into the exhausting aspects of being a model while trying to deal with these struggles. On Instagram, she posted several photos of herself hooked up to IV bags, and in the caption she wrote, "Living with a few chronic autoimmune diseases equals always finding time for my IVs. Unfortunately, with this kind of chronic illness, it might be one that she'll have to deal with long term. But so far she's done an amazing job of bringing awareness to the disease and educating her followers about its effects on her everyday life." Alright, now why is Jamie Foxx being accused of anti-Semitism? He's now apologized for sharing a controversial post on Instagram after his health battle and hospitalization. It read, "They killed this dude named Jesus, what do you think they'll do to you?" At the bottom he added the hashtags fake friends and fake love. This post went under the radar at first until it was brought to the attention of a Jewish news company called A Wider Frame. They then shared a screenshot of the post, which they criticized as horrifically anti-Semitic, explaining that this particular theory on who was responsible for Jesus' death has fueled dangerous anti-Semitism for centuries. In response, Jamie took the opportunity to apologize to the Jewish community and everyone who was offended by the post. He released a statement saying, "I now know my choice of words have caused offense, and I'm sorry. I only have love in my heart for everyone. I love and support the Jewish community." In the midst of the controversy, many of the actor's fans have now stepped up to defend him on social media, essentially saying that that was not the message that he wanted to spread with the post, and that it was obvious he was referring to the act of betrayal by people you know and trust, which is is something that Jamie has said he experienced while he was going through his health issues over the last few months. American entrepreneur and philanthropist Adam Weissman also backed him up in the comment section. He wrote, "I know you personally, I'm Jewish, and you were the last person that would ever act anti-Semitic. You're kind and thoughtful to everyone. I would vouch for you always." But there is another unexpected person who's been caught in this controversy, and that is Jennifer Aniston. The screenshot shared by a wider frame showed someone with her name had liked the post. The actress then did everything possible to distance herself from Jamie Foxx, and she denied ever liking the post. She wrote, "This really makes me sick. I did not like this post on purpose or by accident, and more importantly, I want to be clear to my friends and anyone hurt by this showing up on their feeds. I do not support any form of anti-Semitism, and I truly don't tolerate hate of any kind. Period." So she basically assumed that Jamie did not share that post innocently, which is kind of strange considering that they are said to be friendly with each other and have known each other for a number of years. That's why some people are now accusing Jen of exacerbating what was most likely just a misunderstanding. One person posted a photo of the two of them posing together on the red carpet, and in the caption they wrote, "This is the fake friend that Jamie Foxx was talking about." From there, things really escalated, and it seemed like everyone had an opinion over who was in the wrong and who had bad intentions. Journalist Brian Krasenstein said the incident was a reminder of how easy it is to misunderstand people and take things out of context based on different cultural ways of looking at things. He wrote, "Jamie Foxx clearly has apologized for being taken out of context. Can't we just leave it at that?" And really, it seems as though the actor just cannot catch a break. Over the last couple of months, he's been suffering an undisclosed medical condition that led him to being hospitalized in April. At the time, he was in Atlanta filming his upcoming Netflix movie Back in Action. His daughter Corinne then took to Instagram to update fans on her father's condition. She wrote, "We wanted to share that my father, Jamie Foxx, experienced a medical complication yesterday. Luckily, due to quick action and great care, he is already on his way to recovery. We know how beloved he is and appreciate your prayers. The family asks for privacy during this time." What followed was a ton of speculation surrounding his health condition, with some people assuming the absolute worst. One source that spoke to Radar Online said Jamie suffered a serious medical episode and needed immediate attention. Eventually, his daughter told fans that he was already on his way to recovery after receiving great care. Then in a video posted on July 22nd, Jamie said, "Every once in a while I just burst into tears because it's been tough, man. I was sick, but now I've got my legs under me, so you're going to see me. I'm able to work." He talked about his experience and revealed that he went to hell and back, and his road to recovery has some potholes as well, but he is now coming back. And TMZ recently published footage of him out in public for the first time since his medical emergency. He was waving on board a boat that was traveling the Chicago River, and the footage clearly showed him looking very happy and well. So whatever the case may be, at least he's doing a whole lot better these days. Now, Tory Lanez is set to be getting sentenced this afternoon. Prosecutors have called for him to be sentenced to 13 years in prison for attacking Megan Thee Stallion. He's also facing deportation from the US back to Canada. In court, they have talked about a campaign of misinformation, which has been waged through the online hip-hop community, which is all meant to decimate Megan's credibility. For their part, Tory's defense team has called for probation and a residential treatment program that would help him deal with alcoholism, which they say he developed to cope with childhood trauma. 2 months ago, prosecutors filed a new motion seeking even more prison time for him on top of the time that he was already facing. They then cited 3 new aggravating factors, which they believe are reasons to give him more time behind bars. Number 1 was his callousness and indifference for human life. 2 is his use of a semi-automatic firearm, and 3 was Megan's vulnerability as a victim, since she was only wearing a bikini at the time, without shoes, and she was in an unfamiliar neighborhood late at night. She was unarmed and completely defenseless. Prosecutors also argued that Tory posed a significant danger to everyone in the vicinity of the incident. They said the brazenness of the defendant's conduct is alarming, but the conscious disregard for the well-being and safety of all those around him signifies a high degree of indifference for human life. Back in December, Megan told the courtroom about how the early morning incident unfolded. She and Tory were in the car along with his bodyguard and her friend Kelsey Harris. They were all coming back from a party at Kylie Jenner's house. They had gotten into an argument on the drive home, and to add to that tension, Megan didn't want Kelsey to know that she and Tory had previously had an intimate relationship. The argument in the car escalated when he turned around and told her that she needed to stop lying to Kelsey about what happened between them. Megan said she didn't want to say anything because she knew her friend had a crush on him, so she didn't want to hurt her feelings. And at this point, she asked to be let out of the car. Tory and Kelsey were screaming at each other at the top of their lungs, and as they approached the house, things became even more hostile. Once Megan got out of the car, the two of them started insulting one another's musical careers. Tory told her that she wasn't successful, and she fired back with that same insult. Megan said that that really rubbed him the wrong way because then he started yelling and cursing at her even more. As she was walking away, he pointed a firearm at her feet and then fired 5 shots while telling her to dance. She was hit in the back of her left foot. According to her testimony, the group returned to the car once again and she tried to compress her bloody wound with makeshift towels. To make matters even worse, as she was tending to her injury, this is when Tory started begging her not to tell the police. He offered her and Kelsey $1 million to keep quiet about the incident. So he had already anticipated that he was going to jail. The jury also heard a portion of the voicemail where he apologized and acknowledged that he was drunk at the time of the incident, but he did not admit to discharging the firearm. He also texted her explaining that it should have never happened, but that he cannot change what he did. In April of 2022, Megan went on CBS This Morning for an interview with Gayle King, where she opened up about the events of that night. She admitted that she told police that she had glass in her foot in order to protect everyone involved. She was also hesitant to call police because she was worried that they would fire first and then ask questions later. There were also weapons in the car and she felt as though that could have led to something even worse. With all things considered and everything we know about the case so far, how do you think this sentence is going to go? Please let me know in the comments below and I'll catch you guys in the next video.